Welcome, welcome. This is Shelly Liedtke here in Chiron Study Group, and we are doing I Ching, throwing the coins this evening, and oracle readings. And when you hop in, just say hi and let us know where you're from. I'm just getting everything set up here, ready for readings this evening. Hey, Catherine, it's nice that you were able to get on. I saw that you weren't sure if you're going to be able to do that or not. It's nice to see you. I'm just pulling the cards out, getting things set up. Hey, David. How's it going? How's everybody's week? I've had kind of a crazy day today. It's been very fascinating. Okay. Moving our little butterflies around in the dish. So is there snow where everyone is, or what is the weather like where you're at? Ours has been turned quite cold here in Utah. I've got a little bit of snow on the ground. David says, had a couple of interesting dreams last night, dream nights this week. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I think it's not surprising with the energy that's been going on. Catherine says, I had a crazy week. Yesterday, I got shut out of Facebook. I noticed you were having trouble. Took hours to get back in. I lost all my contacts. Oh, goodness. You know, years ago, I used to go through and I would just copy all of them out and bring them into a document. And it was a good thing that I did one time. So it takes a minute for me to do that now. We just got fiber optic fiber internet, so I might be able to do that a little easier now. I don't know. I'm going to go try it again. Catherine says, I had a lot of dreams. Cool. I'm ahas, realizations, good, bad, ugly, nice. I don't know. Sometimes dreams aren't very nice. I guess we can laugh about that, right? Hey, Stephanie. How's it going? Okay, so we have our guest deck this evening is Louise Hay's I Can Do It cards. I just love these colors on here. Oh my goodness. If you look at it, there's like a little sun that's poking over the hill there, and it looks like a journal page or something. It feels yummy. Anyway, and I have an appointment this evening after reading, so we'll need to end at the top of the hour, so we can be aware of that for ourselves. If I'm not able to get through everyone's oracle readings, hey Christina, if I'm not able to get through everyone's card readings, I will do text readings if you just let me know. And I better start writing everybody's names down, I think, as we all arrive on here. Let me see. I'll find a little post-it note. Okay, so we had Catherine hop on here. And David. Stephanie. I think I'm getting everybody. I'll go peek here real quick. Christina. Okay, let me see. And Anna is here. Anna Raquel, welcome, welcome. So it feels like the energy is really busy right now. I don't know what, I mean, are you guys having the same experience? Like the energy's just been crazy today. Yeah. You're welcome. It's nice to have you here, Anna. Just getting the cards out. Let's see. I've already got that one out. Wisdom Keepers. Okay, so we have Rosie Aronson's Wisdom Keeper deck out this evening. We have inquiry cards, like usual, if you want a question drawn for you. The inquiry card deck. And you can get, this is 2 decks combined together. So if you're interested in getting this deck, there's a gal by the name of Sylvia Nibley. For those of you who are new in the group here, she lives here in Utah, and she's made this beautiful, beautiful deck. The name of the website is inquirycards.com. So inquirycards.com. And I believe she took all the pictures and everything, and her husband put them on that kaleidoscope thing. It looks pretty cool. And then Elijah Parker's Gene Keys deck that he created, which is so beautiful. 64 Gratitudes card deck. And of course our physical action cards. So if you feel like you want a physical action card, some of them that say like go soak in the tub, or skip down the street, or go take a walk in nature, those kinds of things. So if you want one of these cards, I'll just flip through them real quick. And oh, I felt impressed to take out a fun thing. So we have another guest item that we haven't used yet. It's called Inner Wise. And this gentleman, I believe he is from the Norwegian area in over in Europe, Uwe Albrecht. And it comes with this little deck of little itty bitty cards, and they all have numbers on them. So if you want one of those, then I can look inside the book. Like there's messages from animals. There's soul symbols. There's astrology messages. There are Bach flower remedy messages in here, so associated with the card numbers. So if you want one of those for your message, then just let me know. Stephanie says, what deck is that little deck with the numbers? It's called Inner Wise. And I saw this, I can't even remember where I saw it, but I felt compelled to purchase it. I think it might have been at a local energy healing store here in the Salt Lake Valley. Yeah, and hopefully it's still available. This gentleman has created like a whole kinesiology testing thing, but I like to use it just like oracle cards too. It's really, really nice. You can actually use the deck to shift energy and process out difficult emotions or whatever, if that's what your focus is. Then of course we've got our beautiful angel deck, and the crop circle cards. So if you're wanting a crop circle card, these are actual crop circles that have been created in fields, and pictures have been taken of course, crystals, etc. So Edwin says, Shelly, it's been a little bit, okay, I'm not certain. If you want to put the rest of the message, Edwin, we can send you some love. Let me make sure I've got everybody written down here for readings. Okay, I think we'll go ahead and start because we'll need to end right at the top of the hour today. We won't be able to go past that. So Edwin says, it's been a little bit of a time since I was here. Well, it's nice to have you here, Edwin. I was wondering how you were doing. Yeah, I think it's been like a month or something. Okay, so after all of our busyness today and running around, let's go ahead and quiet our energy fields just a moment. Connect with your heart space and your core energy field. Let your heart space fill up with a nice glowing ball of energy. Notice what color it is, if it's a certain color. It might just be gold or white. And as you take some nice deep breaths in, notice that on the exhalation, your auric field is filling up and cleansing out any energy that is not yours that you may have picked up from your environment throughout the day. Notice in your mind's eye the energy of those that are in the group with us tonight or watching the replay, and send them some light. And then as you return to your own heart space, notice any questions or concerns that you might want to focus on for your oracle reading or to contribute for the answer for the throwing the coins this evening. Okay. And just go ahead and if you have any question or a particular focus you want for your reading tonight, go ahead and jot that down on a piece of paper in front of you or a little sticky note. If you feel like you want to share it in the thread, then you can, but do be mindful. This is a public group, so any personal, anything you want to be mindfully aware of sharing. Okay. Edwin says it's been rough. Okay. I'll send you some loving energy, Edwin. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start throwing the coins. Again, we have 3 little coins that we throw in order to determine if we are to write down a broken line, which is a yin line, or a yang line, which is a straight unbroken line. And we will throw the coins 6 times, one for each one of the lines in a hexagram. The first hexagram that we're going to throw the coins for initially will be the energy of where we have been working with recently. If there's a changing line that's thrown while we do that, then it will create a new hexagram that is an invitation for us to contemplate or consider, or a potential energy that we would be moving forward towards or stepping towards. And again, just a quick little disclaimer, any of the readings offered in the oracle card readings or anything in our group, we have a disclaimer that is for educational or entertainment purposes only, and use the wisdom of your human design life chart to determine your best steps forward and making decisions for you in your life. If anything is said here that doesn't ring true for you, just be okay setting it aside. You can take or leave anything that's been said, and that you have responsibility for your own choices, thoughts, words, deeds, emotions, etc. And you're welcomed into a loving space, which is our intention in the group. Okay, if we had anyone new hop in, we are just getting ready to throw the coins to build our hexagram. And holding our concern or focus or question in your heart space, we're throwing for the first line. So here we go. All right, we have 2 tails and a head. So that's a yang line or an unbroken straight line for the first line. Then for the second line, holding your question or concern in your heart space. All right, 2 heads and a tail. Oh, you know what? On that first one, that was 2 tails and a head. So that was, I was mistaken. That is a yin line. So the first line is a broken line. Yin, because this one, 2 tails and a head, is a yang line, which is the unbroken line. Apologies about that. Okay, now we have it right, straightened out. Rolling for the third line. We have 2 tails and 1 head, which is a yin or a broken line. And just a quick reminder, the yin line is the feminine archetypal energy, so it's coming inside and flowing and flexible. The yang or unbroken line is male archetypal energy, so it's going out and doing, being in the sunshine, etc. So holding our concern in our heart space for rolling for the fourth line. We have 2 heads and a tail, so that is yang unbroken line. And for the 5th line, holding your focus in your heart space. Okay, we have 2 heads and a tail, so that's a yang or unbroken line again. And for the 6th line, okay, looks like 2 tails and a head, so that is a yin line. So again, this week we don't have any changing lines, so the message remains from the focus of the hexagram that we just tossed the coins for. So what I'm going to do is open my little book here. So we have on the lower trigram, we have yin, yang, yin. So let's see which trigram that is. That is water. So we have water below. And above we have yang, yang, yin, which is joyous lake. Okay, so 2 different kinds of water. One is a joyous, calm lake, and the other one is what could be termed the abysmal water. So it's dark water, turbulent potential, and that's below, and the joyous lake is above. So let's see which hexagram was formed. So we've got gate 47. So gate 47, this is the gate of trying to figure things out all the time. Oh my goodness. And also it has to do with overcoming terror. It's the gate of realization and the potential for mental exhaustion. Now, truth be told, I'm going to have to say I am matching up with this one personally right now, because I've been using a lot of brain power in my business, and so that was part of my work this afternoon and all of the shenanigans going on. trying to figure out what I was working on and getting it to function properly. So the potential shadow frequency from the gene keys is the shadow of oppression. Edwin says, that's my whole month so far. Oh my goodness. Yeah. It's just been over the top, like brain work. I don't know what the deal is, but I know there's been a lot of spiritual energies because we're in Pisces, and also overcoming karmic energies that we came into our lifetime to process as well. The deep inner repressed potential shadow is hopelessness, and the extroverted or extreme extroverted, like seeing it in the outer environment, would be mentally oppressed. So if oppression or mental oppression or a sensation or a feeling of deep inner hopelessness has been coming up for you, this might be a message for you. And the gift frequency to focus on the most of the energy towards to dissolve the shadow frequencies of oppression is transmutation. So we want to transmute any terror or mental oppression, so these are deep inner fears, of course, into a higher resonant field. So that would be to love or peacefulness or being open to potentials for shifting out any distress that might be occurring, specifically mental distress. Let's read Shaitan's message here. It says, some things make sense, some things make no sense, and some things are plainly nonsense. You examine past associations for a realization that makes a distinction. The mind has its limits. So, quite frankly, as we all know, there's just some things in life that are not figure outable at all. And there's some things that just take a lot of time to figure out and allow the message to come through. And sometimes it takes being in a relaxed mental frame, like not even a frame, I don't think that's right, mental state of being, that sounds better, in order for those ahas to come through. So like going and sitting in a jacuzzi or going for a walk. You might have ahas while you're in the shower or whatever. Edwin says, mental distress and mental oppression is struggle for me. Okay. So everyone here, if you can take a moment and send some light to Edwin. He's been struggling with some things in his life for a while now, and if we can send some energy, hold the space of him coming through on the other side. See him relaxed, peaceful, grateful that he's gotten things taken care of, things have been resolved, and he's feeling more comfortable within himself. And let's just take a moment and do that. Okay. All right. Okay, what I'm going to do, since we didn't have a changing line for our hexagram here, I feel like I would like to get a focus. So I'm going to use the cube dice to roll for a line that we can get a little bit of extra information here for our hexagram. So the fifth line is the line of teaching, guiding, and leading. You're welcome, Edwin. So let's see what the fifth line says here. And we're looking in Shaitan Parfin's Book of Lines, which is specifically created for the human design system and can be used with the gene keys, so you can get a little bit more information added to it. The gene keys elements are listed right here. If you've been looking at the gene keys, this book can add extra information to what you're learning inside the Gene Keys material. as well as the human design system. So the fifth line, it says endorsing, making sense out of apparently impossible scenarios. So whatever it is, it seems impossible. It has felt impossible and like there isn't an answer to it. The second little line here, it says remaining steadfast regardless of how situations appear at first. You bring joy and relief for all. So what I'm getting from that is continue being open to spirit guidance regarding possibilities or potentials for figuring out the situation that you're finding yourself in. And be open to receiving those messages. And because it's the fifth line, maybe some things you could do is like some toning, maybe some singing or whistling, humming. Sometimes just doing some babble talk could be helpful to loosen up the energy and transmute it that way. So because it is the fifth line, can be associated with the fifth chakra in this hexagram. So that might be helpful. Also, it is in the sign of Virgo, steps 17 through 22. So anywhere from making decisions, and it's in Virgo, so making decisions regarding mental realizations or ahas and how it affects your body. So making decisions, taking action on those decisions regarding your physical form, producing ideas or holding the space of having ideas as to how you can support yourself at the physical level, how you feel about all of that, what you believe are the possibilities or potentials regarding your physical well-being, any forgiveness issues or healing that might need to occur, and then really, really getting clear on what those emotions are that might be coming up and where you sit with or belong with them. So those real quick are the astrology steps associated with this gate. Okay. All right, you're welcome to put any ahas or anything in the thread if you would like. And I know for me that this was something helpful for me where I'm at right now. And just take a nice deep breath before I get moving forward again. And actually the main invitation here is to sit in stillness and calmness and in your own space. Maybe do something else like coloring or putting, I like to do beadwork. This is one of my necklaces that I've created. These kinds of things that we do with our hands can free up, like most of our energy will go towards using our hands, like crocheting or needlework or working with wood, sanding some wood or putting something together like that. That where our hands can do the work and it leaves our mind to just think, that's when we can allow information to come through, because we're using energy and physically so that we can free up a way for those thoughts from the divine to distill to us. So hopefully that's been helpful for you. And okay, Catherine, are you still on here with us? Because you're the first one for the card draws this evening. And leave, okay, all right. So just one or two cards for your draw this evening. So just hold your question or concern in your heart space, Catherine, and I will intuit which card to draw out here. Do you know what? It feels like I need to dump it out in the little box here. Hang on. I'm gonna dump these little cards into this box, into the lid, and stir them up. There we go. Heidi. Do we just ask for a card? Yes, Heidi. It's nice to have you here. So I have these card decks here, and you can kind of see them, you know, with the camera. This is one of Louise Hay's decks, her I Can Do It cards. And these are gratitude cards. This deck here is associated with the Gene Keys, so you can get a card drawn there. And then these are inquiry cards. If you don't have a question coming to mind, or you want an extra question added to your concern, then we could draw a card here. These are physical action cards that can give you like an extra little activity to do. For a card, another card that is drawn, these are Gene Keys elements cards as well. I've got little transformational butterflies, I have keys with little messages, crop circle cards, so lots of fun little things to play with. So if anything here that has hopped out at you, just when it's your turn, let me know and I will draw those cards, okay? And angel cards. And I will need to end at the top of the hour tonight because I have an appointment this evening. And Heidi, I'm going to write your name down, my dear, so I remember. If I'm not able to get to everyone during the live this evening, then I will do a text reading for you, okay? And then I will tag you when I do that. So everyone on the call that's live here will be able to get a reading, so don't worry about that. All right, Catherine, I'm gonna go ahead and draw one of these little cards. And we got number 281. So let's see what this card represents, the energy of it. 281. So rock crystal. So it's a crystal. Clarity in all aspects of life, balance between the hemispheres of our right brains, and standing up for our own point of view. So this feels like it is an actual like quartz crystal. So if you have a quartz crystal that you can have in your space, and it's inviting, this reading is inviting clarity to come in all aspects of your life, not just, you know, like a moment ago we were talking about only the mental aspect, but this is, you know, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and I like to add etheric or auric fields in there. And focusing on balanced brain, you could maybe do like a figure eight thing. I have my little figure eight back here. So this actually is a 3D infinity sign. So let me see if I can get this correct. So tracing in space or drawing it on paper, the number 8. This is just a pipe cleaner. I made it into a circle, and it's really fascinating when you put some of these things into a 3D shape, because now if we look at it straight on, it's, you know, it's a circle. But then when we put it on its side, it becomes a cup. I call this God's dish. Then when we turn it just ever so slightly, it is the number 8. So the infinity sign isn't just a flat, plain image like we are used to thinking of the number 8. It's an actual shape that can be played with and used for energy purposes. So that's what's coming to my mind, Catherine. Let me see what else is here. You could trace the number 8 in the air in front of you, right? And standing up for yourself, like maybe you found yourself in situations the last week that maybe you needed to speak your mind, so to speak, and regarding personal boundaries. Okay, I feel like we need to look in the angel number book. So 281. Let's see what the angel number book says for 281. It says your faith and positive affirmations ensure a steady flow of financial abundance. So if you've been having concerns about financial abundance, that's a nice little addendum. Very cool. Okay. All right. Hopefully that was helpful, Catherine. Feels like I'm going to add a transformational butterfly on here. You know, the phrase just came to me, don't be afraid to look into the dark. Notice what emotions you have coming up and let them just arise to the surface and process them out, and don't be afraid. Okay. All right. Very good. Awesome. All right. Beautiful, Catherine. Okay. All right, David, are you still here with us? Oh, you're so welcome. Yeah. I love pulling those out. It's been very fascinating. I'm grateful my sister gave me those for Christmas. They're a nice little add-on for our readings. Okay, David says wisdom seeker and physical action cards. Okay. Great. Okay, so hold your concern or question that you have in your heart space. I'm going to see if I can do these a little bit better. Kind of. They're just big enough that it's a little uncomfortable to shuffle them like normal cards. Okay. Right, so Wisdom Keeper. Oh my goodness. Well, David, this is the first out of all the times we've been doing the cards, you got the reflection card. So this is, I believe, the reflector card she's got in here, like looking, the invitation here is look in your environment and see what's being reflected back to you. Like what is going on in your space that is giving you a message, maybe that you haven't processed out, the word that's coming to me properly yet, or that you need to take another look at. That might be helpful for you. I feel like I'm gonna roll one of these. Let me see what I'm gonna pick one of these astrology dice here. And I got the cube dice, so let's see. It's the sixth line, the number 6. So look for any potential of separation between you and another, or you and source, God source, that might have occurred. Also, where you can reconnect in your relationships or in your environment or God source. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle these cards. And that your outer reality is reflecting the inner reality. And I think, didn't we look at your letter D last week, and it kind of gave that same message, David? It feels like the same, like keep looking at the message from your letter D from last week as well. Okay. And physical action card. It says perform an act of kindness. First impression I'm getting is what is an act of kindness you can do for yourself? Like when we get off this call that quick, like what is some way that you can show yourself some kindness? Like if you are your own best friend, and if you had your own best friend with you, what would that be that you would do for yourself or invite yourself to do? Okay, that feels like that's complete. Was that helpful, David? I'm hoping it was. Okay. All right, you're welcome. Okay, very good. All right, Stephanie, are you still here with us? David says, yes, it flows with dreams. Okay, very good. So the dreams that you've been having, that applies to them, is that what you're saying? Stephanie, how about we move to if Christina is still here, and then if there's enough time, we'll swing back for yours. Okay, Stephanie, thank you. Okay, beautiful, David. Awesome. All right. Okay, I don't know if Christina is still here. Let's do Christina's, and if she's not still here, then I will intuitively draw a card, and right out of the chute, it's feeling like this gratitude deck for Christina. And then Anna will do yours, okay? Okay. All right. So Christina's I'm going to do the time here because I'm not certain she was able to stay on. Edwin says, send mine via text. I need a general reading. Okay, very good. All right. Okay. Okay. So for Christina, the card is, it's absolutely insanely gorgeous color. Gosh, it's one of my favorite colors. I'm gonna have to, these are my, both on the top and the bottom, my favorite colors. They feel very heart opening to me, but the message here is loyalty is my gift. It says, I esteem myself for my loyalty. I recognize that my capacity to commit and continue in relationships has been an invaluable part of what has brought richness and continuity to my life. And what I'm getting, Christina, is trust that. Like, trust that loyalty, the loyalty in your heart. And keep returning back to that. Like, keep recommitting and committing to your heart and the messages from your heart and what you're feeling inside. And I'm going to get a key for you. And the key is accessing your memories. So I don't know if the camera is going to focus on that or not, but the word memory is on there. So going back in your mind and in your emotions, what emotions have impacted you most greatly regarding loyalty to yourself, and to the point where your self-esteem was raised, and trusting in that, like keep bringing it to mind and reconnecting with it. Just noticing if there's anything else. Connecting with spirit. I mean, those are upper chakra colors. So working with your upper chakras, particularly the crown chakra, to connect with spirit guidance. So, okay, beautiful. All right. And Anna says the Gene Keys cards. And okay, all right, beautiful. Anna says general reading. Okay, so what, with the intention of the best thing for you to hear right now. One more time. Okay, this is the gate of inquiry. So it's gate 63 in the human design system and gene key 63. So asking questions. Asking questions sufficient that you're able to get the correct answers that you're looking for. The thing that comes to my mind is in the movie I, Robot, when the professor, he's tossed himself, apparently, it appears that he's killed himself, like thrown himself out his office window and died on the ground below. So Detective Spooner is called for mainly because the doctor had left a holographic message calling for Detective Spooner. And the detective was having a hard time getting answers from the hologram. And he kept asking questions, but they weren't the correct questions. So the hologram would let him know that he needed more information or to ask a different question. And once he asked the correct question, then the doctor, via the hologram, said, now that Detective Spooner is the correct question or the right question, whichever way he said that. In order to get the answers to the questions you're posing or that you have in your mind, you need to ask the correct question to get the correct answer. So the invitation here is keep asking questions. Keep asking questions about how things can be made better, about how, where things may have gotten off track in what you've been doing recently or experiencing, and asking questions that will help you move forward and have the energy shift to a higher state of being or be done even better the next time that you move forward in that area. And let's get you a physical action card here for grounding in the message of this reading. Also, the gate 63 is about community energy. So if you've had a critical mindset or kind of noticed your mind running around and being judgmental at yourself, this is not the energy of this gate, because it can have a potential critical mindset or an energy of judgment. The invitation is to use this critical point of view for seeing where balance can be brought into a community, or into the environment and not use it in personal relationships or point it at oneself. Okay. All right, let's see what this physical, oh my goodness gracious. Oh, that's really funny. It says stop judging. Oh, so Anna, is that I'm interested. Oh, and here on the bottom, I just flipped it over and it says laugh out loud. Oh heavens. So I am curious if that's helpful, if that was how helpful that was. Oh goodness. The cards are so funny sometimes. Okay, I don't know if Anna's still here or not. All right, we'll move forward. That was a nice draw. Okay, hopefully that was helpful for you, Anna. Just gonna plop these cards back inside the deck. Okay. All right, let's see. Edwin. Edwin wants a texted one. Okay, so we're gonna do text. Okay, I'll do that later this evening. If anyone wants a texted one, then I'll do that later tonight and put that in the thread. Heidi, are you still here with us? It's hard to know who's able to stay on the call or not. Okay, I'll wait just a moment. Okay. All right, so I'm going to do an intuitive draw for Heidi. Edwin says, if not, you can do mine if there's time. Okay, let's see. What time is it? It's 5:02. I'm going to go ahead and do Heidi's, Edwin, and I'll do a text one for you, like you mentioned above. That'll give me, then I can type it out and everything for you. Feels like an angel card for Heidi. Okay. All right. All right, an angel message for Heidi. I'll put the time on here. Two of them. All right. Let's see. Oh, I've got one of the angel cards. So we'll see what that one is. And then also the angel of grace. So let's see what this first one is. I don't know if it's the miracle angel or which one it is. So let me see. It is the celestial guardian angel. So Heidi has a message from the celestial guardian angel. So it says the healing energy of this angel is sensitive and nourishing. Her gentle strength and courage symbolize hope for a bright new future. This angel will light your way as you face the darkness of your past. She can help release you from destructive bonds of guilt. She will give you the courage to let go of obsessive patterns and old pain with love and forgiveness in your heart. Take her hand as you claim your rightful place in a better world. Okay, so connecting with the angel, your celestial guardian, whatever your guardian angel is, and do whatever is necessary to release anything that's been just continually running around. It's interesting that this kind of somewhat relates to the hexagram that we drew initially, the gate 47. You know, trying to figure things out, just obsessing mentally over things that can run our mental energy kind of into exhaustion and not really get anywhere. So doing something nurturing for yourself and allow the messages to come through from the divine. And then let's see what extra message from the Angel of Grace here. It says, know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Take positive action. And I'm going to say connect with the angel here, your celestial guardian. Divine intervention is at hand, gently guiding you into the right place at the right time. Often when you draw this card, it signifies you need to honor the dignity of others and not try to rescue them. Call on the angels or guides for spiritual help. So in whatever situation that you're in right now, if you have someone that you have concern about and you're trying to help them, maybe consider stepping back, call for angelic guidance and the angelic realms to gather around you and the individual of concern to help you, and let them work with the energy and see what can be done for you. So, okay, hopefully that was helpful, Heidi. And okay, it feels like it's good for tonight. Is there anything else? We got just a couple minutes left. If there's anyone that has a comment or anything, any ahas. For Maria and Maris and Edwin and Stephanie, I will put text readings for you in the thread, okay? All right. And also this Friday, I forgot that I was heading out of town. I'm heading out of town, and we will not be having the Human Design and Gene Keys study group this Friday, but we will pick up on the 15th with study group next week, yes. And of course, next Wednesday is Oracle readings. And then Stephanie let me know that we are going to be having another study group coming in on Thursdays, and I don't exactly know what time, but keep a lookout for that. Stephanie will be making an announcement for that. And thank you all so much for being here. It's really, really fun. I've been looking forward to connecting with all of you this evening for Nurturing Environment. Oh, thank you, David. Yes, we will drive safely. So, okay, good night, everyone, and you have a lovely evening. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you being in the group. Okay, all right, we'll talk to you later. Oh, remember Namaste Today on Friday evening with Christopher on YouTube or in the Serious Joy Club group. So, real quick. All right, okay, good night.